Travis, how we all doing? Okay. Heather and Sarah still dig me. All right. Dave is still the only one that has posted about us on Twitter. I'm going to look when I'm backstage, so at least one of you better. I saw somebody, there was a dude over there that had his phone on. I will assume nobody else in here has a cell phone. But you, sir, should get on Twitter and hashtag Ignite Denver. Anyway, Travis. Travis used to have long hair, and one year dressed up as Jesus and went out drinking at bars and got some really peculiar looks and had a blast. All right, everybody. Travis, by the way, taught me a lot with his talk. No shit. I try and keep up with these tech talks because I'm Gen X. And I don't mean to, generalize or stereotype, but seriously, I used to make fun of my dad for not using email, and now I'm that guy. So I learned a lot from his talk, and I hope that you do as well. Here's Travis.
The term the Fourth Industrial Revolution was coined by the founder of the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, at the 2016 annual meeting in Davos, Switzerland. And it's been a popular topic with academics, politicians, government officials, and confusing the general public ever since. So what does the term mean? Well, generally speaking, it describes an era where there's a blurring of lines between the physical, the digital, and the biological spheres. But before we unpack this, let's talk a little bit about the first three revolutions to understand how we got here. The first revolution was based on our ability to fully harness the power of steam. It allowed us to do more, faster, and better with the assistance of machines. And because of this increase in productivity, the factory was born. The second revolution was a period of rapid industrialization, aided by the widespread use of petroleum and electricity. These new technologies, in conjunction with an emphasis on optimizing work in a factory, led to the assembly line. This also led to changes in how we lived. As factories grew and cities' lives became increasingly role-regulated by the clock rather than the sun, at the same time, news and ideas spread via radio and telegraph, forever changing the pace of life. The third revolution started about 70 years ago with the introduction of digital computing, because before that, we used to use mechanical computers and more analog type of electronics. And like the first revolution, the third has led to gains in productivity, allowing us to do more with our time and resources, such as automate repetitive tasks with the use of software, or add a robot to an assembly line to augment or, in some cases, replace the need for human workers. The fourth revolution is unique in the fact that it's occurring alongside the third. And it builds on the third, most notably the ability to write code. With a few keystrokes, I can now change the system's behavior, all without the traditional engineering efforts required before. I'd say the rise of the fourth revolution is due to the fact that we now understand how to codify the world. We understand how to design everyday objects from the very atoms of the world we live in. This understanding of how to assemble new behaviors outside a computer has given us the ability to hack our physical and biological worlds. That's that blending of those spheres. Allowing us to merge them with old and emerging technologies. Thus, we're able to innovate at really quick speeds. Advances in material design and 3D printing have opened up a whole new way to make things. We can 3D print a wide array of objects, from human organs, eliminating the need for a donor, to large wind turbines. Advances in further bridges between the physical and digital world include the Internet of Things, allowing us to make connections between products, services, and places. For example, we can replace the need for a human supervisor by connecting security camera footage with AI. Biological advances include sequencing the human genome, allowing us to develop technologies like CRISPR that allow us to hack our DNA to change our underlying biology. As we continue to move from the third into the fourth revolution, you may find it hard to understand what goes in what box. Where does the third end? Where does the fourth begin? Generally speaking, changes to productivity are related to the third, while changes to how we live and work are related to the fourth. Because of this dual revolution, we'll continue to see a shift from manual labor to knowledge work, where Knowledge work's focused on solving complex problems using creativity, domain knowledge, and it's going to lead to a workforce that does a portfolio of tasks. The shift's not restricted to those employed to work with their hands. We're already seeing AI replace the need for lawyers in certain cases, like contract review, allowing them to do more important things like close deals. And I'm not saying we all need to become developers, but just like literacy and numeracy were key to the previous revolutions, code literacy at some level is going to be critical as we connect more of our biological and physical spheres. There's already a rise in low-code and no-code platforms that allow you to glue things together. So you don't have to be a developer, you just have to know how to kind of stick the pieces together to do your job. Now, the fourth revolution is not only going to change how we live, but who we are, fundamentally altering what it means to be a human being. It's going to change our identity in aspects of behavior, privacy, ownership, work, and leisure. Now, while there may not be driverless Ubers anytime soon, and our AI overlords aren't going to rise up overnight, we're beginning to see the emergence of this globally disruptive phenomenon. Its dramatic impact on everyday life could take a while, but if we don't plan for it now, we're not going to see the benefit. There's my contact information, briefly but gone. T at Stone Age Technologies or TM Frisinger on Twitter. Thank you very much.